Hello folks, R1 here. You know, it's interesting when you're making videos for YouTube and trying to collect the in-game footage to provide some entertaining video for people to watch. Often you will have a simply fantastic match that has started that ends up becoming so monotonously boring by the end, or turns so abysmally bad that you're embarrassed to show it. And you end up, well, either excising the good bits to put together in a collage, or you just trash the whole video whatsoever. This is one of those that just about falls into that category. It's close, but I'm going to show you the match, or if not all of it, then most of it. Anyway, it starts out very well, and then I kind of descend into I hesitate to say typical, but more mundane gameplay for me. So you'll have to bear with that just a little bit. But it does pick up again toward the end. This is a match on the Poland map. It is a standard battle. We have our capture points that are widely spaced and near our own bases. And we have to advance across the interesting and varied terrain and town to be able to take the capture point that we need to get to. Now, I'm going to have to admit that the Poland map at first I wasn't entirely thrilled with. I kind of thought it was a little too big, a little too spread out. But either I've gotten used to it or they've tightened things up a bit, because I had some really incredibly fun matches on it here recently. Now, I'm taking out the KV-2. I've run, at this point, maybe a match or two in the KV-2. I really don't have much beyond the two most basic upgrades at this point. The KV-2 is an interesting beast. It seems to demand as much luck as it does skill to use effectively, particularly at long range, with its huge, extremely powerful weapon that, for the most part, you will want to be running high explosive ammunition in. Now, this is a particularly long-range shot that I'm considering here. My target disappears behind that building, so I consider it for a moment, but then I continue on. No, he's reappeared. Alright, he's hiding out behind that building. I know that this shell has a very high arc, so I decide to give it a shot. And I managed to do a significant amount of damage to him, and end up with a kill assist. Interesting. I think I'm going to like the KV-2. Now, I know that was a lucky shot. I'm normally not that skillful, particularly at those kind of ranges, and particularly with a high trajectory weapon like this. But there's a target even a little further out. I know my chances of hitting him are extremely slim, but, well, what the hell. Well, I have to admit, the last award I expected to get with this particular tank was Sniper. I know for a lot of our better players that a couple of shots like that in a row is pretty much an everyday thing, but for me, especially not being used to this vehicle, I felt pretty chuffed about it. There are a lot of guys that do YouTube videos that, well, they're outstanding players, and they like to show off their skills, and I commend them. It's very interesting to watch someone who is truly skilled at a game strut their stuff. And then there are YouTubers like me. I am just an average player, an average guy. I don't ever claim to be excellent at this game. Most of the time, I'm terrible at this game. But I do try to have fun. And I do like to share that fun with you guys. And if I see something interesting or unusual, or something just bizarre happens, I like to share that with you. I kind of have to admit that I felt a little bit weird driving this immense KV-2 through these city streets. It's just an odd feeling. If there was an actual person standing on top of the turret of this tank, they could easily step directly through any second-story window on this street. This tank is just almost too big for certain parts of this town. Kind of makes me feel like a mother of three trying to squeeze herself back into her high school blue jeans. But fortunately, there are enough broader avenues in this Polish town that I can find open enough areas to squeeze the tank through without too much trouble. Now, I've managed to link back up with my random squad mate here, and I've been kind of wondering why he was so hesitant to go around this corner. I don't see anything amiss up here. I guess he just would prefer if the big guy went first. Thanks a lot. Now, I did just manage to spot somebody at the distance outside of town. It's, is it a Hetzern? Well, I take one shot over that wall, but I really don't have a good line of sight on this guy. I can't really tell how far away he is, so my range finding is pretty speculative at this point. I think I'm going to pull up just on the other side of this fence, which actually provides pretty good cover from a lot of the shells that might come my way. They'll tend to impact on the fence first, while I can easily shoot over them, over the concrete posts. I just wish I had a better idea of how far out he was. I'm going to guess he's way out there. As you're going to see, I think I was overshooting this fella by quite a bit. Well, that was a clean miss, so I'm going to work my way a little bit closer. I've still got a few lines of fence between me and him, and there is the cover of this house up ahead too. Maybe I can get a better field of view on him from a different vantage point. Alright, now let's try and line this up again. Well, it almost looks like he's a little closer than I first thought. That looked like it hit just this side of him. It's pretty hard to tell. I've got that blasted tree line between him and me. We'll try another shot. Slightly further range. Well, this gun takes forever to reload, but when it goes off, it does go off with authority. Now this would be that not so exciting part of the video that I was talking about. Ooh, the fence just saved me from a direct hit. Yeah. Kinda glad I stopped where I did. And again I miss. And I almost take a hit. I almost didn't see that fella flanking around to the right as well. Now my team is doing a pretty good job of laying fire in. So I'm going to go around on the other side of this house so I don't take incoming fire from the right. I don't know if my team got that guy over to the right or not, but I think they're working on him. And we've got a guy in the air as well. We're going to try another shot at this Hetzer. Vary the range just a little bit more. Looks like he's taking artillery strikes as well and incoming fire from another angle. Well, I miss him, but somebody takes him out. I certainly wouldn't have won any sniper awards with those shots. Well, now it looks like the path is clear, and it's just going to be a sprint, if you can call it that in a KV-2, a sprint to the enemy's base. My random squad mate has regained his composure and is racing ahead of me. And he will continue to pull ahead of me. He's much quicker in that T-34 than I am. And you know what? That's okay. Between him and the IL-2 that we have in the air over there, that ought to alert me in plenty of time to any potential enemy targets in the area. You know, it takes the KV-2 a while to get up to speed, but once it's moving over flat terrain like this, it actually isn't that bad. It covers ground reasonably quickly. It's just not quick in the acceleration department. Of course, I'm really not liking crossing all this open ground. It's such a big, tall, easy-to-hit target. It makes me as nervous as a pregnant nun in situations like this. But fortunately, it's got pretty good armor, so even if I do attract unwanted attention, I can generally survive it. And there's a bomber. That's not something I want to see. I'm going to try and take him out. I don't think I would have hit him with that, but it doesn't matter. Our IL-2 took him out for me. That young man's been doing some work up there, and I am very, very happy he's flying top cover. KV-2s are a fat, juicy target for a bomber, and I'm thrilled he was able to take that guy out before he could cause me any harm. It looks like our team is already capturing that base. Oh no, and our IL-2 pilot just went down, attacking something on the ground just the other side of that ridge. I'm going to fire one shot in that direction, but too late. I see what's attracted the IL-2's attention. There's a Ostwind over there that's opened fire on our guys. Ineffectively because of the range. But our fellows are having a little trouble taking him out as well. I'm going to go ahead and move into the cap circle to help capture this base. And let's see if this time around I can recapture some of the flair that I exhibited at the beginning of the match. It's a moderately long distance shot and he's a moving target. But if we lead him just a little bit, there we go. I have redeemed myself. I did not realize it at the time, but that was the last vehicle for our enemy team. So we have won this match. It's just a question of time until the ticker counts down. I don't believe we even have time to capture this base before the match ends. I think I'm going to like the KV-2. It's just that it's going to take a little getting used to. But if I run it for a while, I think I'll do okay with it. Well, that's been my experience with the KV-2 so far. Let me know what you think. Do you like it, or do you hate it? It's a little too soon to tell for me, but I think I'm going to come down on the side of liking it. Time will tell. That's it for me for now. Until I see you again, good hunting.